All right, here's the question that you guys had. Why does this function h of x equals 7x minus cosine of 7x, why does it not have any relative minimum? So we need to go to our justification for relative minimum. To justify relative minimum at a value c, we do a sign test, right? Well, we justify it by saying that the derivative changes from being negative, so h prime of x would be negative, to h prime of x becoming positive, right? So negative slopes and negative slopes and then positive slopes. That would be a minimum. Okay, so in order to determine that, we need to find the critical values. Let's start with by finding the derivative. So h prime of x is going to be 7. Derivative of cosine is negative sine, so that's plus 7 plus sine of 7x, all right, and chain rule times 7. So we have 7 plus 7 sine of x, all right. Now, you guys can look at the explanation all you want, right? We can set this equal to 0, find where the value of x is going to be equal to 0. One thing that that's funny here is that you know this is a periodic function. You're going to have a bunch of values. You can have a bunch of values equal 0. However, let's stop to think graphically. You know, I'm a graphical thinker. This function this is a sine function. Okay, let's just stop to think a little bit. This is a sine function with an amplitude of 7 and a midline of positive 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, I knew this graphing would come in handy one day. All right, so midline at 7. Sine, it does something like this, doesn't it? All right, and if its amplitude is 7, then it's going to go up to 14. Right? If that's 7, up to 14 and down to 0, right? Okay, and so on and so forth. So this graph, yes, it will get down to 0 at what, 3 pi over 2. However, it will never become negative, right? This graph will never become negative. For it to become negative, that would say that you have negative derivatives, right? This derivative